The Prius Prime is a plug-in hybrid. I'm Tom Voelk for the Seattle International Auto Show, and I'm going to show you why this might be the perfect electrified vehicle for you. I'm not going to just tell you why. I'm going to show you why. The pros for plug-in hybrids are most daily driving can be done on electrons, and in a pinch, they don't need to be charged at all, just switch to gas, all but eliminating range anxiety. The cons? Well, there's the added complexity of a gas powertrain over an EV, plus the belief that owners get complacent and seldom charge them. The EPA rates the all-electric range of the Prius Prime at up to 44 miles. It depends on the model, and that means you can significantly slash your gasoline consumption. And yeah, electricity isn't free, but typically it's significantly less expensive than dinosaur juice. And let's look at the big picture. And these are conservative numbers. If you charge every night and drive every day, it's over 12,000 miles of all-electric range annually. It all adds up. Toyota has dropped off a top-spec XSE Premium dipped in cutting-edge paint. With the $2,245 advanced technology package, the total comes to $42,500, including freight. That option package includes a solar roof that helps run accessories like the HVAC system. Standard Prius hybrids can be had with all-wheel drive. Prime is strictly front drive. Prime moves with a 2-liter 4-cylinder making 150 horsepower and an electric drive motor good for 161. In total, there's 220 horses. The two figures aren't just added together. The 13.6 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion pack under here adds 350 pounds or 159 kilos to the standard Prius's weight. Prime cannot be DC fast charged. My personal situation is a great example of how plug-in hybrids can work for a lot of people. My breaker is like 30 feet away from where I park, and my garage is concrete and set into the side of a hill. So running level 2 charging out here would be very, very expensive. I juice up my plug-in hybrids using 120 currents. And even if I don't get a full charge overnight, the gas engine always has my back. But typically, almost all of my driving is done on electricity, to the point where if I buy gas, generally it's half and quarter tanks because I don't want the fuel to get old. Back to the powertrain. The transmission is an eCVT. Add regen by pulling back a second time. It's not full one-pedal driving though. Prime's extra power easily compensates for the added torque. Drive modes include a pure EV setting and an automatic hybrid mode. A hold setting saves the battery level for use later. In EV mode, even if you floor the throttle, the gas engine does not kick on. And in that mode, the numbers would suggest that the Prime is kind of pokey. 0 to 60 in around 11 seconds. But in city driving, it feels perfectly powerful because, electric motors, lots of low-end torque. If you want the security blanket of instant power when you need it, put it into auto mode. That way, when you mash the go pedal, the gas engine kicks on. Great for freeway merging. With gas and electric teaming up, Prime will hit the 60-mile-an-hour benchmark in just under 7 seconds. The EPA rates the all-electric range of this Prime at 39 miles. I am actually doing better. Yeah, I've charged this up twice, and I'm getting about 42. Now keep in mind that temperatures are ideal, around 72 degrees. This is city driving, and there hasn't been any rain. Yeah, rain adds drag, it shortens range. EV ranges are getting longer, but still, in some places, especially rural areas, there's little to no charging infrastructure. And I promised my wife I'd take a day off to hit up Bow-Edison. It's an arts community in Washington State, 2 towns actually, Bow and Edison. On the 85-mile drive there, we use up the battery first. Unlike gasoline-powered cars, electric vehicles are less efficient at highway speeds. And I'm seeing about 36 miles of electric range with this. That's pretty good. And the Prime switches to standard hybrid mode, no fuss, no muss. The EPA rates the XSE's gas-only efficiency at an average of 48 miles per gallon, with a range of 600 miles. It loses 4 mpg to a comparable Prius hybrid. Not bad. All Primes get traffic jam assist. That takes over steering, braking, and throttle under 25 miles an hour, but traffic is light and it's not needed. We reach Bow-Edison quickly. There are some excellent galleries, restaurants, and shops. If you plan on visiting, though, don't come on Tuesday. It kind of closes up.
Probably should have planned better, but we're here.
This place is serving, and worth the drive. Great food, nice views, and some cookies for the road. There are no commercial stations in this area, very common once off main highways, another reason why PHEVs work best in rural areas. The closest charger is back 16 miles, and we're traveling the opposite way, where there are even fewer options. We're heading off to Padilla Bay for a hike. On the way, I realize this has a digital mirror. Those help when cargo is loaded to the roof. Our walk is more relaxing because there's no worrying about the battery's state of charge. Round trip, our excursion eats up 220 miles, and true, most EVs can tackle that these days. But on long road trips covering 300 to 400 miles and more, plug-in hybrids shine.
So to hammer this issue home, we're in the middle of nowhere, and if you're traveling with an EV and you haven't planned ahead, it could be the very definition of range anxiety. Now, if you live in this area and you're charged at home, well, then that's not an issue. But for us, the plug-in hybrid is working really, really well.
Not only are there gas stations everywhere, ironically, there's a fuel refinery across the water. All right, let's get back to everyday driving. This is a pretty nice neighborhood, but the streets could be better. Still, this is a comfortable car, and it's a quiet car, and it handles well now. You just can't make those jokes about Prius anymore. Not only does it drive better these days, it's much more attractive. The windshield has the slope of a Lamborghini. That's not an exaggeration. I'm 5'9", and sometimes a steeply raked A-pillar can block my visibility, but this is kind of thin and there is a window here, so it's not bad. Other than the slit of a back window, visibility out of the new Prius is actually pretty good. Test drive, see how it works for you. And FYI, charging nearly every night, I used only 3 gallons of gas in a week, most of it on the road trip to Bow-Edison. The Prime's cabin looks much the same as the standard Prius hybrid, but adds crimson and brick-hued trim. Leather is not a thing in the Prime. This is cowless hide, or what Toyota calls Softex. These are heated and vented. The driver's chair is powered, the passenger's is not. The controversial instrument cluster is in the same path as a head-up display, viewed above the wheel, not through it. Again, it's why test driving is so important. Here's an interesting safety feature. If I open the door with the car coming from behind,
watch for traffic.
It warns me. Toyota's new interface is largely built on using natural voice commands and requires a data plan once the complimentary trial expires. Hey Toyota,
What do you want to do?
is there any sushi nearby? There are some hard buttons. Not everything is done on the screen. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are wireless. Take a look around the car and you will find Easter eggs. Not just 1 or 2, they're all over the place, even in the engine bay. Obviously, Toyota is very serious about rehabbing Prius's image. One gripe with this generation Prius is the sleek styling reduces rear headroom. I'm 5'9", and I have just, and I do mean just enough of that. There's storage in the doors, plenty of ways to charge up electronics, and this is the fancy model. So there are heated seats back here, yes. The bench is wide enough so that 3 adults can squeeze in here if they're average in size. But for comfort, I would keep it to 2. And remember, watch your head. Both powertrains have the same cargo space, just over 20 cubic feet with the seats up. The foldable security shade is easy to take along, it doesn't need to be left in the garage. There's a little less space under here than the standard hybrid, which has a storage system. Still, there's a place for the mobile charge cord. Toyota's specification sheet says dropping the backs adds around 6 cubic feet. It's obviously more than that. I'll guesstimate 45, so this is a useful hatchback. The beauty of a plug-in hybrid is, even when not juiced up, they don't leave people stranded. Unlike EVs, they do require maintenance on the gas powertrain, like oil changes, though since the engine doesn't get used as often, it tends to be reduced significantly. As always, it comes down to this: buy the vehicle that works for your needs. This is an excellent tool to reduce gas consumption. Prius Prime is built in limited numbers. Check with your local Toyota dealership to see if it has one to look at. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Voelk.